The great generational wealth transfer is happening now. Between 2016 and 2026, Canadians can expect to see the largest intergenerational transfer of wealth in history. Approximately $1 trillion in personal wealth will be transferred from one generation to the next. How to build generational wealth? Wealth gives you more options in life. Generational wealth is important because you have more freedom to think and live the life you want when you don't have to worry about paying your bills or whether you can afford to quit a job that doesn't fulfill you. But why should you care about passing down wealth to the next generation? Many people have experienced feeling forced to do things or work a job because they need the money. Of course, building generational wealth does not mean you stop your kids from ever experiencing hardships in life, but many parents want to give children more options in life. You can help your kids create a path to support themselves by teaching them about personal finance. Giving your kids a financial education is one of the most important things you can do to start building generational wealth. It starts with having open conversations about money at home, so your kids know they can ask questions. In our household, we have age-appropriate, everyday conversations about money with our children aged 7 and under. Topics vary from me versus one to earning money to the importance of saving and giving back. What is generational wealth, and how does it differ from personal wealth? Generational wealth, sometimes referred to as legacy wealth or family wealth, is financial assets that are passed down from one generation to the next. For example, from you to your children to their children and so on. Generational wealth can include real estate property, money, investments, stocks, bonds, family businesses, or anything that has a monetary value. Generational wealth refers to a concept in which a family passes on significant amounts of wealth. Transfer assets to future generations. A generational wealth of the family or more. The family fortune, also known as family wealth, is built over many years of hard work and sacrifice. In contrast, many millionaires and billionaires are self-made around the globe. They relied on their hard work to increase their fortunes. This group of people is the most successful. The founders of a family business had to put in the same effort and sacrifices. There was also the matter of luck. Few who are able to find their fortune, such as winners of the national lottery, are called the lucky few. History has shown that these lottery winners don't last long. Millionaires and billionaires, like lottery winners, will eventually lose everything. Wealth can be derived from illegal business activities or bad investments. One of the main reasons is illegal business activities. Many people don't plan long-term for their personal wealth or fortune, which is one of the constants that make up personal wealth and fortune. Those who see future generations using their wealth think beyond their lives. Who has generational wealth? These are the names of families with generational wealth. A list of the powerful and rich. One of the most prominent families to have been. The Rothschild family is a source of generational wealth. The Rothschild family rose to prominence during the 1760s. When Mayer Amschel Rothschild started his bank business, the family had the next generation, which expanded their business to 5 European courts. As the years passed, the family's wealth began growing, and it became one of the most important familial fortunes in modern times. How do you create wealth that lasts generations? How long does it take to make this happen? Remember the most important thing. Generational wealth cannot be built in one generation, except for a few. Although you may not have the money to do it, it is possible to make a generation of wealth. Wealth is not a way to get more of your generation's wealth. Most people want to leave money to their heirs in their wills. The first generation of inheritors will pass to the second and third generations and so forth. What are the benefits of generational wealth? Is wealth worth the sacrifices and hard work? A family that has generations of children is one of the greatest benefits. Wealth is wealth that allows family members to start in a better position compared to the previous generation. Although wealth can't buy happiness, they do believe it can make life more enjoyable and more excellent. It may seem unfair to some. However, this view overlooks. This generational wealth was possible because of the sacrifices made by the previous generations. Individual trust funds are often set up by wealthy families who have generations of wealth. This will ease the burden on the younger generation. Allow them to pursue their dreams and not have to work a 9-to-5 job. This has allowed them to follow their dreams instead of working a 9-to-5 grind. To set up charities or general philanthropies, there are several trust fund baby options. They are often unable to set it up. One of the most popular benefits is, as we have already stated before, the disbursement of scholarships is a form of generational wealth. This is a form of generational wealth, one that college students rely on to make their college dreams come true reality. Many scholarships sponsored by the state were created in the same way as the Rhodes Scholarship endowment to enable more college students to apply for it. The funds required to enroll. College became more common in many states as time passed. Foregoing an inheritance can teach your children or grandchildren how to be independent and resourceful. But a financial boost at the right time can also help remove some of the pressure that stunts innovation and distracts them from going after their dreams. While you may have worked hard your entire life to grow your wealth, it is entirely feasible that your progeny has experienced greater hardship or less success. You may have found a high-paying job out of college and bought a house while your newly graduated son or daughter struggles to make ends meet, not for lack of trying, but simply because prices and wages are different now than they were decades ago. The perspective that inheritance is a privilege is valid, but in many instances, it can act as a leg up for those who, through no fault of their own, fail to launch. What are the possible dangers to your intelligence? New generational wealth is possible. The family's greatest danger is greed and generational wealth. Saving money requires that all family members make sacrifices in order to keep it. Give a little to ensure that future generations have enough wealth. The greatest threat to anyone is the loss of their wealth. The family fortune is the result of greed by an individual or a group of family members. For most people, it is great to be able to live a happy life and do little work. But there are others who can't wait until they get there. For any amount of wealth to be considered generational wealth, it simply has to be passed down by at least one generation. However, there is no definitive number that constitutes generational wealth because wealth is relative. The amount of passed-down family wealth all depends on the recipients and how it is used. For example, if you received $1 million in generational wealth but only need $250,000 to live comfortably for the remainder of your life, the million would be more than enough to be considered generational wealth and could continue to be passed down to your future generations. On the other hand, if you inherited $1 million but spent it all within your lifetime, the money would not go further than one generation. There are many ways to build generational wealth. Here are some of the top methods. Building generational wealth that can be passed down from generation to generation requires a large amount of wealth, strategic financial and estate planning, as well as financially responsible spending by those who inherit it. Number 1. Save money. Saving money is one of the simplest ways to generate wealth. By moving money into a savings account and setting it aside for the next generation, the money will be designated for that purpose and carried out with that intention. Number 2. Invest in real estate. Investing in real estate is a common way to create generational wealth. This can include a single investment property or multiple investment properties. Your real estate portfolio can be used to build your estate plan when deciding how to distribute your wealth to future generations. Number 3. Invest in the stock market. Stock market investments such as index funds are a fanatic's way to generate passive income to protect long-term wealth from inflation. Number 4. Start a family business. The securities or ownership of a family business can be included in generational wealth. Where there is a successful business to pass down, there are often financial and career advantages. Number 5. Take out life insurance. Life insurance can help you pass down wealth for your family and maximize the amount of wealth that is passed down. There are several tax advantages to having life insurance, since no estate taxes are owed on life insurance, and life insurance policies are not counted as part of an estate and therefore are not taxed by the federal government. That's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and found some value. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe.